Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into one of the most fascinating and terrifying evolutions in modern warfare, the rise of drone hunters, where machines are now being built specifically to hunt down other machines. This is not science fiction anymore. It's happening right now across the skies of the world. Armies and defense companies are creating autonomous systems that can track, intercept, and destroy enemy drones faster than any human could react. The battlefield is transforming into a space where artificial intelligence faces off against artificial intelligence, and humans are just watching from afar. In the last 2 decades, drones have evolved from simple reconnaissance tools to lethal strike weapons of changing the course of a war. They are fast, stealthy, and incredibly efficient. But now, nations are realizing that if you can send a drone to attack, your enemies can do the same. The logical next step was to create technology that can defend against these airborne threats, not with humans behind the controls, but with autonomous systems capable of making instant decisions. That's where drone hunters come in. These machines are not like ordinary drones. They are built to detect, analyze, and eliminate other drones using advanced radar, machine learning, and computer vision. They don't just follow pre-programmed instructions. They think in real time, adapting to the enemy's move. It's almost like watching a digital dogfight in the sky, except both sides are made of code and algorithms. The speed of decision making has become too fast for humans to intervene, which is both impressive and deeply unsettling. The technology behind these drone hunters is astonishing. AI-powered sensors can detect tiny aerial targets miles away. Neural networks analyze flight patterns to predict enemy movements. Some systems use thermal imaging to identify the heat signatures of motors, while others use sound-based detection drones to locate drones even when they are invisible to radar. Once a hostile drone is detected, the hunter drone locks on and moves in for interception. In some cases, to fires a net or disable the enemy pulse to disable the enemy drone. In others, it simply crashes into it, sacrificing itself to eliminate the threat. Several countries are leading this technological race. The United States, China, Russia, Turkey, and Israel have all invested heavily in anti-drone technologies. The U.S. military has systems like the Sky Wall and Coyote, which can autonomously hunt and neutralize drones mid-flight. China is developing drone swarms that can collectively identify and target enemy UAVs using synchronized AI communication. Russia has introduced interceptor drones capable of carrying out kamikaze attacks against other drones. The global defense landscape is shifting toward this invisible war in the sky, a war fought almost entirely by machines. One of the most interesting developments is swarm warfare. A drone swarm is not just a group of drones flying together. It's an interconnected network where each drone communicates and shares data with the others. When you introduce a hunter drone into this scenario, the challenge becomes even greater. The hunter now has to deal with hundreds of small, fast, moving targets acting as one organism. AI algorithms must prioritize which drones to target, calculate interception routes, and adjust tactics on the fly. This level of autonomous combat is pushing artificial intelligence to its limits. But beyond the technical brilliance, there are deep ethical and strategic concerns. When machines are given the power to identify and attack other machines without human confirmation, what happens when something goes wrong? What if a drone hunter mistakenly targets a civilian aircraft or an allied drone? The lines between friend and foe become dangerously thin when algorithms are making the calls. Nations may soon face moral dilemmas where accountability becomes unclear. Who is responsible when an autonomous system makes a deadly mistake? As militaries move toward full automation, some experts are warning that this new era could spiral out of control. Drone hunters, once built to defend, might evolve into offensive tools. Imagine swarms of autonomous hunter drones being released, not just to protect airspace, but to invade enemy territory, preemptively taking down drones and defense systems before a human soldier even enters the field. This is where the line between defense and aggression begins to blur. Another critical question is about control. The more we rely on AI systems, the less direct oversight humans have. Military AI is often designed to learn and adapt from real combat scenarios. That means every engagement teaches the system new tactics and potentially new ways to bypass its original programming. There's a possibility that future drone hunters could act unpredictably, developing strategies that even their creators can't fully understand. It's a chilling reminder that as we make machines smarter, we also make them more independent. There's also a growing civilian threat. Commercial drones are now widely available, cheap, and capable of carrying payloads. This accessibility creates opportunities for misuse. From espionage to terrorism, governments are already deploying AI-based hunter drones in cities and borders to detect and neutralize unauthorized drones before they can cause harm. Airports, nuclear facilities, and military bases are adopting these systems as a shield against potential drone-based attacks. What was once a futuristic concept is now an essential part of national security. The private sector is also involved in this drone arms race. Companies like Anduril, Rheinmetall, and China's Xi'an have developed commercial anti-drone systems that can autonomously track and destroy intruding drones. These systems often use a combination of radar, optical tracking, and AI-driven targeting software. Some even incorporate directed energy weapons, powerful lasers that can burn through drone components mid-air. The dream of laser-based defense, once confined to science fiction, is now part of reality. In addition to laser weapons, electromagnetic pulse systems are becoming common. EMPs can disable drones instantly by frying their electronic circuits without causing explosions or debris. That makes them ideal for urban environments, where physical interception could endanger people below. Some countries are experimenting with hybrid defense systems, combining lasers, EMPs, and AI-driven drones into one unified anti-drone network that can respond automatically to aerial intrusions. The role of AI in drone warfare cannot be overstated. Every advancement in computer vision, pattern recognition, and autonomous navigation directly enhances the capabilities of these systems. Machine learning allows drone hunters to recognize new drone models they've never encountered before. Deep neural networks can differentiate between birds, kites, and real drones to avoid false alarms. Over time, these systems become faster, more accurate, and more deadly. The more data they collect, the smarter they become. But this technological progress also raises fears of an uncontrollable arms race. When one nation develops an advanced AI weapon, others rush to build something even more powerful. The result is a cycle of escalation: faster machines, smarter algorithms, deadlier outcomes. Unlike traditional weapons, AI doesn't just improve with new hardware. It improves with every bit of data it processes. So, even if nations agree on limits or treaties, the software itself may evolve beyond what anyone intended. The battlefield of tomorrow may not feature soldiers in trenches or tanks on the ground. Instead, it might be silent skies filled with autonomous machines hunting each other, making split-second decisions that determine victory or defeat. Human commanders will simply monitor screens, watching as AI battles unfold in real time. It's warfare at the speed of light, where data, not manpower, decides the outcome. Despite the risks, military planners argue that drone hunters are a necessary evolution, with the increasing use of drones in espionage, border violations, and warfare. Having a defensive system that reacts instantly is essential. Human reaction time is measured in seconds, but AI can respond in milliseconds. That difference can mean the survival or destruction of an entire base. Drone hunters provide that split-second edge needed to counter modern threats. Still, many scientists and ethicists believe there must be limits. They argue for keeping a human in the loop, meaning AI can make recommendations, but humans must approve lethal actions. However, on a fast-moving battlefield where drones can strike in seconds, waiting for human approval might make defense impossible. That's why some systems are moving toward human-on-the-loop control, where humans oversee but do not directly control every engagement. It's a compromise between safety and efficiency, but even that balance may soon disappear as technology continues to advance. In urban warfare, drone hunters will likely become a critical tool. Cities are complex environments and full of obstacles, build lines, and electronic interference. Traditional air defense systems are too large or imprecise for such settings. Compact AI-driven drones can patrol city skies, identify unauthorized drones, and neutralize them before they can reach sensitive targets. The integration of AI surveillance with counter-drone operations could reshape how cities protect themselves in the near future. Looking further ahead, the integration of quantum computing, next-generation sensors, and bio-inspired robotics could redefine drone warfare entirely. Researchers are already developing drones modeled after birds and insects, small, agile, and hard to detect. Future drone hunters may use swarm intelligence to outmaneuver enemy swarms, learning and coordinating in ways that mimic natural ecosystems. The battlefield of the future might look more like a living digital organism than a collection of individual machines. This technological revolution is unstoppable, and nations know it. The question is no longer whether autonomous combat will happen, but how to manage it responsibly. The idea that machines could fight machines while humans stand by might sound efficient, but it also removes empathy, hesitation, and moral judgment, traits that have historically restrained warfare. Without those human limits, conflicts could become faster, more destructive, and harder to control. We are standing at the edge of a new kind of arms race, one not just about firepower, but intelligence. Every drone hunter deployed adds another layer of complexity to the modern battlefield. Every algorithm trained to defend could be adapted to attack. And every advancement made in the name of protection could also bring us closer to an era where war becomes entirely automated. The future of drone hunters will depend on how humanity chooses to use them. Will they remain defensive tools that safeguard people from harm, or will they evolve into autonomous aggressors that fight wars without human conscience? The answer may determine the fate of warfare itself. As machines continue to learn, adapt, and dominate the skies, one thing is clear. The age of human-controlled combat is fading. In its place rises a new kind of battlefield, one shaped by algorithms and artificial minds. Drone hunters are just the beginning of this transformation, a glimpse into a world where machines fight machines while humans watch, wondering whether they've created a tool of protection or a future they can no longer control.